Namaste to all. Another interesting and very important topic for today is doing idol worship sin. So, as I tell in all the videos, whatever knowledge I have gained and I am sharing with you is all I got from my Guruji, Swami Ram Swarupji Yogacharya. He lives in Himachal Pradesh. He is a living legend, philosopher of Vedas and Ashtanga Yogi. So when we come to this topic, I will not directly finish this in one sentence, yes or no, but then we have to understand something basics about idol worship. If you see the background for idol worship, we have to understand origin of idol worship, when it started. So idol worship has recently started, like let's say 2000 to 3000 years ago only. Before that time, the worship of God did not happen through idol worship. So there was there was no temple in this world. So the first temples were built by some other religion. It was not Hindus, and then later on the current Hindus, because Hinduism is not a religion by itself. It's a name given by some people because they couldn't. We were living across Hindu, and then they could not call Hindu. We were called Hindu. So Hindu is not actually religion. If you see the Sanatana eternal Vedic Dharma, idol worship does not have any place. The proof is also available. If you see all the four Vedas, there is no mention of idol worship. 6 Shastras, no mention of idol worship. 11 authentic Upanishad, no mention of idol worship. There are 108 Upanishads or more than that today, but only 11 are accepted by learned of Vedas, because these are the 11 Upanishads which is written by Rishi Munis. In those, there is no mention of idol worship. In original Valmiki Ramayana, no mention of idol worship, and in Mahabharata, no mention of idol worship. Why I say original Ramayana and original Mahabharata is the present version of Ramayana and Mahabharata is more or less corrupted, because from Valmiki Ramayana, it has many authors have written Ramayana, like Tulsi Ramayana or other authors. So the original essence of Ramayana has been corrupted. Even like example, just to say that Hanumanji was not having a monkey face, but today's Ramayana tells that they were monkey, they had tails, etc. And similarly, Mahabharata, the original number of shlokas written by Vyas Muni and his disciples under the supervision of or under the order of Vyas Muni was 10,000 shlokas. Today, Mahabharata has more than 120,000 shlokas. So that means this is also that's why I'm referring to original Ramayana and original Mahabharata. The copy is still available. You can go to vedicbooks.com and order the original versions. That means this idol worship is recently started. Whatever is recently started is not eternal, and it is not from God. So this is number one reason. And number two reason is what Vedas says about the form of God. We have to understand. Then only we will have to go into this topic for further analysis. So Yajurveda mantra 32/3 says Na tasya pratima asti. Of that God there is no image, there is no photograph, there is no measurement possible. We cannot measure God as 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. He is beyond measurement. So Na tasya pratima asti, and there is no pratima means there is no murti, there is no photo, there is no idol for that God. And I already explained one mantra, Yajurveda 40/8. The mantra is very clearly saying Akayam, God is formless, bodiless, and he is devoid of asna viram, he is devoid of nervous system. And one more mantra from the same chapter is Yajurveda 40/4. The mantra says Anejadekam manaso javiyo nainad deva apnuman. Nainad deva apnuman. None of God says none of your organs of senses, organs of perceptions can perceive that Almighty God. And that God is Ekam, one, Anejat. He doesn't move, and he cannot move in this universe. He is omnipresent. So something which is omnipresent cannot move. So these are some of the qualities of God. And if you see another mantra from Purusha Sukta, Yajurveda 31st chapter, second mantra, the mantra says that God creates his universe, maintains it, destroys it again and again, and this eternal process happens, and he survives even in Pralaya. That's what I also explained in the Big Bang Theory video. You can see if you have not seen that. So these definitions of Almighty God clearly states that God does not have a body. So we have to understand the idols whom we are worshipping today, who are they? That we have to understand. And if you see I have seen some videos, or there are many videos in internet, and logic taken by some of the organization is, yeah, idol worship is not allowed, but vigraha aradhana is okay. That means they show the idol and then they say this is the vigraha, and we are doing seva to this vigraha because this vigraha has been done as a pran pratishtha. So here it is really unscientific, and I don't know how come they got this kind of ideas, but we have to understand a stone can never become God. Even God says, under my Almighty, I am Almighty, but even I cannot give pran inside a stone. So if somebody say that I can give pran pratishtha to the stone, then this guy has to be taken to a mortuary or a burial ground, and then we have to see, okay, this is the dead body, can you give pran pratishtha? Can you give pran to this dead body to make him alive? So I mean, this is an unscientific act, and so pran pratishtha itself is against Vedas, because God himself cannot do it, so who are we to do it? Because God says in Gayatri mantra, Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Bhuhu Iti Vai Pranaha. He is the giver of prana in the inside the mother womb when the Jivatma comes. So he gives pran at that point of time. He cannot give pran to a stone. That is what is God saying in Vedas. So we have seen in the current Hindu Dharma, there are many Purans, 18 Purans. There were 24, nowadays we have 18 Purans, Srimad Bhagavatam, etc. These are called as Purans, but the real meaning of Puran is Vedas actually. These are called Navinas, written very recently, 700,000, 2000 years only. So these are not real Purans, and these Purans has got the Kalpanic stories where the temple worship has been mentioned. So we have to analyze. I will not go into any religion or comment this religion started and then we adopted. I don't want to go into that, but you can go and do research to understand where from idol worship started. And so before coming to the answer, I want to go into another thing. What God says, okay, Vedas does not mention idol worship, but what is wrong in doing idol worship? Vedas, does it condemn idol worship, or God says don't do idol worship? God only says I don't have a form. It's okay, I am making a form and worshipping him. People can have this doubt, and many people I have interacted also have told the same thing. But God says in Vedas, the punishment to idol worshippers or the worshippers of this kind of God, I mean so-called self-created God. So if you see this mantra, Yajurveda 40/9, it says, Andan tamaha pravishanti ye asambhuti mupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yavu sambhutyang ratah. So sambhutyang ratah, there are two people which will go into, tamaha means darkness, andakar. Andan tamaha means darkness. So here God says there are two kinds of people who will be thrown into eternal darkness. And darkness means it's not that there is no light. Darkness means that you cannot have opportunity to have a knowledge, have a wisdom, have gyan. So this is basically Sambhutyang Ratah, one who is worshipping the creation, not the creator. Like we are worshipping sun, we are worshipping moon, we are worshipping earth, we are worshipping Shani Deva, we are worshipping Rahu, Ketu. This is all creation of God. We are worshipping a stone, it's a creation of God, not the creator. So worship the creator, not the creation. If you worship the creation, if we worship the creation, Tato Bhuya Ivate Tamo. God says Tamo means Andakar, darkness. You will be thrown into the yonis, into the bodies of animals or insects or virus or whatever jivatmas, where you will not be able to attain any knowledge. And you must know that without knowledge, we cannot experience happiness. We have to attain the eternal knowledge, which is Vedas, to attain moksha. So without knowledge, there is no happiness. Without knowledge, we cannot do any right karma. So we have to be aware that idol worship is prohibited also in Vedas. It's not only God says that I'm formless. God says that do not worship the creation. Do not worship any form of creation. So this is again another chetavani or a warning to human beings that do not worship idol. So the answer to this topic is doing idol worship a sin? Yes, because what is sin? The definition given by God is whatever is mentioned by me in Vedas. If you do deeds as per that, it is punya, it is a pious deed. If you do any deed which is against mention in Vedas, you are doing sins. And this is common for all human beings, all religions, human beings, because religion is created by humans, not by God. God cannot make any religions. Just like he make earth, sun, moon, water, fire for everyone, and space for everyone, similarly God gives this knowledge of Vedas to everyone. So if for any human beings, they cannot worship God by idol form. And then what is the worship form? So Yoga Shastra also speaks about in depth, and Yajurveda 7th chapter also speaks about the worship of God. Worship of God, God says by himself that worship of God is through yajna, and that is through offering in by chanting Ved mantras in the burning fire. This is yajna, or this is Agnihotra. Actually yajna is having different meaning, I will tell you later on. And doing Nam Simran, or the name jap of the God. And this name is not any name, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna. This name jap, this name is given to us by a Guru Acharya, and he is a realized soul, and he know who is that God. He knows the name of God, and he gives the name of God from Vedas. And this is also worship of God. Study of Vedas, listening of Vedas, doing service to parents, doing service to elders, doing service to Acharya. These are all worship of God. Means God says in Vedas, do these things, we are following it, that is worship of God. So worship of God is only this, there is nothing else, nothing like idol worship mentioned in Vedas. If you have you don't like this video because you are doing idol worship, doesn't matter. You have to understand, you have to think, you have to analyze, then come to a scientific conclusion on whether worship can be done in idol or not. Then you ask questions in our website to my Guruji, or just send your comments on, okay, you have this issues, no, this is right, this is wrong. We can discuss and we can come to a truth, because God always says in Vedas that we can come to a conclusion of truth only by putting forward questions and answers, debating what is truth, come to a logical conclusion without a fight. So that is how truth can be arrived. So we can discuss. If you are doing idol worship, and you feel it is right, then it's okay. This is not a forcing video. This is just giving an understanding on what Vedas says about idol worship. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel. Please request you to forward to the people who are eager to know what is there in Vedas. If you don't like this video, please give a comment that this video I'm not liking because I'm doing idol worship, or my family is doing idol worship from so many years. This we can discuss, but we have to know what is truth and what God says. I will catch you soon. Okay, and one more last point before I close it. I made one more video on vegetarian and non-vegetarian. God strictly prohibits consumption of non-vegetarian. There are many people who have sent some comments to me, some positive, some negative comments. And some people have written that ancient people, your ancestors, so-called you say Hinduism, your ancestors used to give the flesh of the cow, or this kind of, or horse, this kind of in the yajna. So you are speaking about cannot eat non-vegetarian. So I want to clarify, there is no scope of no scope of violence in Vedas. So in Vedas, for yajna, the word used by, the terminology or the pad used by God is advaraha. That means insarhait, non-violent. There is no scope of violence in, even I cannot scold another person in the place where yajna is getting conducted. That is the amount of non-violence God speaks about. So this people, our ancestors, forefathers gave this Pashu Bali in yajna is a false story made by somebody else very recently. It's completely false. There is no mention of this kind of things in Vedas. And Ashwamedha Yajna is not cutting the horse and giving this its life in fire. Rastram vai Ashwam. My Guruji has written a very good article in website. You can go and see for answers to many people questions on this. Rastram vai Ashwa. Ashwa means not only horse. Ashwa means also means it's the nation. So the yajna done by the ruler of this country for the benefit of nation, that is called Ashwamedha Yajna. So we have to know the truth. If you have doubts, please ask. I think it's good that some people send comments, so I could clarify here. So idol worship is a sin, and there is no violence allowed in Vedas, and there is no cutting meat and giving sacrifice in yajna. So this too I could clarify today. I will meet you soon. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.